Alright, Noob here, and I have become your resident crack reporter on all things Last of Us, especially Last of Us Season 2. Before I get into a controversial story about Bella Ramsey and Isabella Merced that may or may not be true, hopefully it's true, who's to say, but before I get into that, let you guys know, just want to tell everyone that's out there that supports the show, likes, subscribes, comments, members, everybody that likes our channel, you guys are the best. Keep it coming, we appreciate it, and then remember, for just $1, I can afford to then buy some more tuna sandwiches, because that's all I can really afford to keep up my protein levels. I do have high levels of mercury and probably will die in the next 7 days. Anyway, let's get back to it. So we have another story, and again, this is pretty hilarious if it's true, where they're going after Bella Ramsey. The situation is, obviously, if everyone has watched The Last of Us Season 2, there was some steamy scenes between Dina and Ellie, and apparently, Isabella Merced, I read a report, did not really take much time beyond that initial reading to go ahead and clarify whether it's true or not. So let's just say it's true. I read a report that during the rehearsals and the actual filming of that scene where they're getting down and dirty, literally, because they are very dirty in Seattle, there was some inappropriate touching. So Bella went a little too far in the no-go zone. You know what I'm saying? She, well, he, she, they, it, I don't know. She could be a fucking Oreo for all I know how she describes herself. But, you know, she went a little hard in the paint trying to get some good old Dina action. And during those rehearsals, and she might have actually went down and tinkled her Twilight Zone. So Isabella Merced came out and was like, that was inappropriate. That was a little bit too much for me. I wasn't super happy with how you tried to diddle me. So that's kind of the precipice of that, and I don't know if that's true or not. I'm an introspective person, all right? So I can see from both sides, all right? We got Isabella's side, we got Team Bella Ramsey, we got Team Isabella. Obviously, Team Isabella, you know, she's the hottest human being on earth, so let's just stop right there. We're always going to support her over Moonface, but take it from Moonface's perspective. You know, you're Bella Ramsey. You don't know whether you're a fucking ogre, a dude, a girl. You don't know what you are. And then come here, you get a show, and they cast Isabella Merced to play your love interest in Season 2. You've struck gold, all right? You're never going to get another chance to ever really come around that level of hotness again. And you're in rehearsals, you're like, hey, you know, maybe I want to go lesbian for a little bit. Let's see how it feels. You know, am I going to get another shot at this golden puss? Who's to say? Let's dive in, okay? I'm not sure I'd blame her. You know, when are you ever going to have that chance again to strike gold? You know, you are a miner in the 1960s in San Francisco. You're trying to mine gold, all right? You're going in there, you're going hands deep, you're going, you know, right in, full claw, okay? So I get what she did there, and it makes sense. And then also, you know, from Isabella's perspective, you have a fucking mongoloid trying to sexually assault you, and you're like, what's happening? Please, no, daddy, yamite. You know, that also makes sense. So I kind of get both sides. I don't necessarily blame Bella Ramsey. You know, I think if I was in that same case, hey, you know, give it a go, give it a shot. Now, again, obviously, I'm a little bit better looking than Bella Ramsey, so I think I would.
You think so, noob? Hey, it's me again, your old pal Satan. I know your soul, I know your nature. There is no escape from any of this anymore. You think you can still win at the end. But my forces are stronger than ever before. You will be mine forever and ever, burning in the deepest mines of hell. Also, I think I left a coupon at your house the other day. You think I can come pick that up somewhere next week? Thank you.
So I think I would win Isabella's heart the normal way. That's just a no-go from the start. You know, marriage and future children and a life filled with happiness and love with the hottest person ever. Besides my fiance, obviously. Silly questions. You know, I would go. You know, why not? You know, go do a couple jail sentences, get doxxed from Hollywood for a little bit, because I think everyone's realizing Bella Ramsey can't fucking act, and her one expression is just straight moonface. And anger. I guess she's good at being angry that she's a moonface. Anyway, I'm not sure if anyone's actually read this story. I'm not sure if it's real. Hopefully it is. And they replace Ellie and just make it the Dina show, because that would make it so much better in seasons 3 and 4. I'm not even sure it's going to get to season 4 because the ratings are going to fall off a cliff. But I want to come on here, talk about the spicy details of a supposed story and really give both sides. You know, I think both sides are very important to connect the dots and understand where they're coming from. And Bella, you might suck at acting, you might not be the best Ellie, but hey, you went for it. I'll give you credit. So until then, we're on to the next one.